Hi everyone, I'm Sandy with In the Kitchen with Sandy, and on today's episode I am making a pasta fagioli soup. It's quite delicious and it's one of my favorites. Let's go over the ingredients. We have about a pound of ground beef. We're going to be using 2.5 cups of beef broth. This is about 15 ounces of tomato sauce. And then you have 28 ounces of crushed red tomatoes. And this is just a small pasta. I chose to use the shells today, but you can use any type of small pasta that you would like to use. And this is about a cup. We also have light red kidney beans, a whole can, and a can of cannelli beans. We're also going to be using about a cup of diced carrots, a cup of onions, a cup of celery. And if you look closely here, I've left the celery leaves on there because they offer an abundance of flavor. So please don't throw those in the trash. Use those; they're really good. I've also got about 2 large cloves of crushed garlic, about a teaspoon of garlic powder, a half a teaspoon of pepper, a teaspoon of salt, and about 1.5 teaspoons of Italian seasoning. And then I've also got some, just some chopped scallions, and we'll use these at the end just for garnish. Okay, let's get started. The first thing we're going to do is get our hamburger started. We're going to go ahead and fry that. Okay, I'm going to get this started, and I'm using just, a nice size soup pan. No need to add any oils of any kind because, again, the meat's going to render its own oil, or fat, I should say. And we just want to brown this real good. It'll take just a couple minutes. And then we don't want to add any of our other ingredients until we get this brown. Okay, we've almost got it brown. Okay, our ground beef is all nice and brown. I'm going to turn that down just a little bit. And then next we are going to add our vegetables. And we're going to cook this for, about 8 minutes. 7 to 8 minutes is all, on about medium. Just give it a good stir. And one thing I forgot to mention, your pasta, you can go ahead and cook your pasta, but you don't want to cook it all the way done. So like if it says that it takes like 10 minutes to cook, then I would only cook it for about 5 or 6, because we're going to add that to the soup once it's been cooked, or halfway cooked anyway. You definitely don't want to overcook your pasta. So, and we're going to add that in like the last 10 minutes that it takes to cook this. So we're going to let this cook for about 7 or 8 minutes, and then I'll meet you back here. Okay, we've let it cook for about 7 to 8 minutes, and now we're going to add the rest of the ingredients. Before I put my vegetables in, I did not have to drain this because obviously it's a good quality of hamburger, so I didn't have to drain it. But I'm going to go ahead and add my beef broth. My tomato sauce. And my crushed tomato. Whoa. Letter City. And if you're wondering if you could make this with like ground turkey or something to make it a little bit more healthier, you absolutely could. But I'm old, so I'm going to eat the hamburger. And then you're going to add, both cans of your beans, and you're going to add the liquid with it. Do not drain that liquid out. Use it. And then your other can. Tilt it up a bit. See what a nice big pot that's making. You stir. And then you're going to add all your other goodies. I'm going to turn it up a little bit so we can get it to come to a boil a little bit quicker for you. I'm going to add everything else. This smells absolutely wonderful. Okay, we're going to bring this up to a boil, and then we're going to turn it down to low, medium low, and we're just going to simmer it for about 35-45 minutes, and then we'll finish it off with the pasta. So I'm going to go ahead and let this cook for about 35-45 minutes, and then I'll meet you back here when it's ready for the next step. Okay, this has been simmering for 45 minutes, and one important, very small detail I forgot to add is a tablespoon of sugar. Believe it, that makes all the difference in the world. My pasta is done cooking. I did not cook it all the way done. I've drained it. Oh, and it got stuck. Okay. And it's a little bit more than al dente. Oh, can you see it? I'm just going to add that to it. Give it a stir. And then I'm going to let this cook about another, I don't know, 5-6 minutes. Look how nice and thick that got. Look at that. See, now you know why I'm not calling it really a soup. It's kind of a mixture of a soup and a stew. Alright, I'm going to turn this off, and I'm going to dish me some up. Look at that. Absolutely beautiful. It's very hearty too. You could serve this with some, just like some crusted bread. Make your own garlic bread, and it'd be great. And of course, what Italian dish does not have Parmesan cheese? Generous sprinkling on there. And the green onions that we saved. Look at that. Absolutely beautiful. And of course, I'm going to try a bite. But we're going to have to wait a minute because this is like super duper hot. Get by that green onion on there. It's going to be really, really super hot. That is really good. Really hearty, very easy, and it does take a little bit of time because you have to let it simmer, but hey, it's well worth it. Please be sure to subscribe to my channel and make sure you hit the like button because there's lots more recipes coming your way.